Hi, we're Pete and Emily Johnson, and we work on a team of directors here at Rancho El Camino in La Paz, Mexico. And the ranch exists so that people would encounter the presence of God, be equipped for the work of God, extend the kingdom of God, and also that we can exalt his name. And we do a whole host of ministries here at the ranch, and at the heart of it is we have a heart for children, youth, and families, and serve them through a variety of ministries, through some camps and retreats, special events ministries, training and mentoring programs, community development initiatives, and church planting ministries. And one of those, particularly at our heart, is training up the next generation, leadership and mentoring programs. And we have a whole host of programs under that, from summer internship, training programs here in our Aleem Center. And in the past, one of the things that we did here was to host CultureBound for 2 weeks and have our whole staff go through a training.
So the reason that we invited CultureBound to come and lead a training for 2 weeks for our staff in Spanish, because we're a multicultural staff here in Mexico, was we really recognized the need to have training and cross-cultural communication that was accessible for all of us here, and not just the expatriate missionaries. Of course, we received that training before we left the United States to come here to Mexico, but it hasn't been something that's been accessible to our staff, our Mexican ministry partners. And so we invited CultureBound to come down here and to do a training in cross-cultural communication and in second language acquisition so that we could all help each other get better with our second languages. We also wanted to test run CultureBound's training for our training center here. We have a heart for seeing and continuing to partner with what God is doing in the Mexican church and the Latin American church and sending missionaries around the world from this region of the world. And so we're excited to see what God will do in the next generation, and we're also excited to partner by offering trainings in Spanish in cross-cultural communication, exactly what CultureBound is doing. We were thrilled with the weeks that we had with them, the conversations that we have been able to have ongoing with CultureBound, and we're so very excited to become a chapter with CultureBound here in Baja. Opening up this chapter here with your help will enable us to continue to offer accessible trainings for cross-cultural communication and second language acquisition for people in Latin American churches that want to go overseas as missionaries. So we're really excited to see what God is going to do around the world through the church in Latin America and through the partnership that we're blessed to be able to have between the Ranch Training Center and CultureBound's training. So thank you so much for partnering with us. We're excited to continue to share what God will do in the future.